What a headshot! What a head!
How's it guys, this is Dayvy, FPL, and welcome back to the Fantasy Premier League video here on my channel. Now in this video, I'll be taking you through my very own team selection for the upcoming Game Week 20. So now that Game Week 19 has concluded that New Year's Day game of Arsenal taking on Brentford, I'll run through a quick recap of how Game Week 19 went, as well as my overall final ranking. This will be the first video of 2025, so hopefully you guys had a great New Year's period. I'm just hoping for a few more green arrows after Game Week 19. Then I'll be jumping into all that goodness for Game Week 20. As you guys know, one free transfer, but a lot of money in the bank. But I'm looking to make a potential switch that should hopefully give me a few more points in the next few game weeks. So you guys interested to see how my team is shaping up for Game Week 20? Sit back, relax, and let's get straight into it. So Game Week 19 unfortunately was going to be a red arrow, so yes, we are starting 2025 on a red arrow, not the way I wanted to start the new year. So unfortunately 78 points wasn't enough to actually cement a green arrow, which is pretty crazy. However, the red arrow was pretty small. I think it was about a 5k red arrow after that Arsenal game, and that's thanks to Mbumo, who has quite a healthy ownership scoring. So as you guys know, if you follow my channel, I do have a double up of Raya plus Gabriel. And not owning Mbumo literally made this game one of the worst. So 2025 didn't start that great in terms of Premier League football, with Raya and Gabriel both getting the 2 pointers. What made this even more annoying is I think the XG they conceded in this fixture was marginal, so even though the defensive numbers look great, a little bit annoying to still concede. So only the 4 points to the 74 we had before New Year's Day, and as mentioned, a slight red arrow. Let me know how your game week went. Was Game Week 19 at least a better game week for you guys? Was it a green arrow, or were you like myself on a red arrow? And how's that overall rank actually looking at this stage of the season? We are at the halfway point of this FPL season, so the rank doesn't look too bad, but with better ranks this season, I would have probably liked to be within the 100k. Now let's just go over the rest of the team. Would have actually preferred if Gabriel missed out on this one, as Robinson and Greaves both got returns. Robinson got an assist, whereas Greaves got a clean sheet. Yes, a clean sheet against Chelsea. Finally, Fabianski was injured. Don't exactly know if he's going to get back in the team though, as Ariel had a great performance against Liverpool. Then finally, Bruno on 0, serving his suspension for that red card. He however is back for Game Week 20. Then Trent carried our back line a massive 15-pointer, a deflected goal plus a clean sheet, adding 3 bonus points to take him to 15. Finally, we got that Trent haul that we've been dreaming of, a massive return. Unfortunately, new transfer in Munoz only got 2 points. So it would have probably been better off actually just starting Robinson, but Munoz did have a big chance. And if he converted that, a completely different story. Just simply ridiculous how much XG involvement he gets as a defender, just waiting for those good Crystal Palace fixtures. Then with Trent carrying our defense department, Mo Salah carried our midfield department. Just shows you how well Liverpool are doing at the moment. Now when I tell you Salah's 16 points is actually low, if you guys didn't watch this fixture, you'll not understand what I'm talking about. He simply had so many big chances in this fixture. I think at the end of the day, he missed 3 big chances, so could have had a massive haul here. Pretty bad if you guys actually captain Cole Palmer. As you guys can see, I doubled up with Enzo plus Cole Palmer, so really wish that Chelsea actually scored in this one. Finally, Semenyo was on our bench. Bruno started, as he always gets points on our bench. Only the 1 assist though this week. Then finally, our forward department, Isaac, the only scorer. He scored 1 goal plus a bonus point, where João Pedro got 2 assists plus an extra bonus point. It was only Jackson that ended up not even featuring from the start. Came off when Chelsea were 2-0 down to Ipswich. Now I kind of think I'll be keeping hold of Jackson because the rotation should finally have ended. Even if there are some tight games, I'm pretty sure Jackson will start after that Nkunku performance. Really needed Jackson to go large for us to get a green arrow though, and that obviously wasn't the case. So not too many great performers here. We only have Salah and Trent basically. As a Liverpool fan though, pretty happy with that. Let's hope the others can pick it up for Game Week 20. Now before I go over my transfer plan, I want to showcase my current team selection, as there's a high probability that I actually roll the transfer. If I do choose to use the transfer, only 0.4 left in the bank though, so not a big upgrade can be made, so we might have to go for a downgrade. Let's see if you guys agree with me that I might be looking to make a move though. Starting off on the bench, that kind of picks itself. Now the only debate this week might be going for Enzo or João Pedro. I'll talk about that a little bit later on, but currently benching Enzo, as that Chelsea attack hasn't been that fantastic. He does have good attacking threat though. I think in game week 19 he racked up about 1 XG involvement, which is crazy for a midfielder that's so cheap. So let's see, maybe I do start him, hedge myself on Chelsea once again. That has come back to bite me though over these last few weeks. Munoz, the new transfer in, I do still own Palmer, Jackson starting them. I do hope Chelsea score, so even though he has an attacking threat, I just feel like my other defenders are better fixtures. Then finally Greaves back in the starting 11 should probably start again after keeping a clean sheet against Chelsea. Then Fabianski, even if he was fit, Man City's a terrible game, I'll be starting Raya against Brighton. Now I'm going to talk about Raya plus Gabriel because they have the same fixture, quite a tough one against Brighton away. The one good fact about Arsenal though is their defensive numbers are ridiculous, so should I just hope that Brighton don't score and still start my double up? At least we got some better fixtures. Trent, United at home, you guys know how United have been playing, and at Anfield I expect a big performance. So not only that attacking threat, defensive threat with good numbers, Trent could haul 2 weeks in a row here. Also hope that Robinson hauls because Ipswich at home's a great game, even though they just beat Chelsea 2-0. Fulham on a good moment, good attacking numbers, good defensive numbers, and he's going to be benching Munoz and I'm pretty comfortable with that. Then finally, Mo Salah, no-brainer captain once again, just on a ridiculous run at the moment. Now maybe if United were in a better moment, defending a little bit better, attacking a little bit better, but at the moment I can see Salah getting another double-digit return. So high effective ownership on the cards once again. You guys let me know if you're captaining anyone other than Salah though. Now Bruno's back in the lineup, has the same fixture back to back here. Do I expect much from him? Probably not, as United aren't great at the moment. Bruno will be the main kind of transfer out consideration that I'll talk about a little bit later on, as I can't see him doing too much against the Liverpool team. He does however have Southampton at home next week, which is a great fixture, so might just be worth hoping for anything and then keeping him for the future game weeks. Cole Palmer's Crystal Palace, even though they are defending well, I do expect Chelsea to at least score here, and obviously Cole Palmer might be involved. I'm not going to be taking him out, I won't be benching him, so I'm going to be starting him, but that's kind of all there is to it. Then finally Semenyo, Everton at home is a great fixture. I do hope he at least repays us with a nice little haul. This might be a good buy present as the fixtures get tougher next week. Now with Semenyo as my kind of 4th/5th midfielder, this would be looking a lot worse if Rodgers is going to be playing against Leicester, but as you guys know, he's suspended. So will this be the week that Semenyo finally redeems himself against Rodgers, at least repay us for our kind of faith? Then finally up front Isaac, probably the vice captain this week, massive potential. Spurs have hardly any fit defenders. We'll be kind of monitoring the press conference though to just see who's back from injury, but at the current moment Isaac could absolutely feast here. So as mentioned, not enough for the Cam C as Salah is still phenomenal, but pretty comfortable with him being my vice captain. Then Jackson, just hope that he starts this one and does well. Really need him to actually put in a good performance. As mentioned though, pretty sure that his spot in the starting 11 should be quite secure, but Crystal Palace have been doing well at least defensively. Hoping for kind of a replay of that Arsenal fixture when they conceded 5 goals. Let's see what Jackson can do this game week. Then finally João Pedro against Arsenal at home. This is where the kind of benching dilemma kicks in. Do I go for João Pedro against my double defense, or just go for Enzo and hedge Chelsea again? At the moment, just kind of going for João Pedro after last night's Mbeumo goal. Maybe I've got some inspiration from him, but with João Pedro on penalties offers more kind of facilities for points. So at the moment, João Pedro will be starting, but wouldn't be surprised in the deadline stream if I do go for Enzo. What do you guys think and who should I go for? Now with JP rounding up our starting 11, as you guys can see, the team does look alright, so I don't necessarily have to make a transfer. I do have a few thoughts though on the transfer plan for the future game weeks, so let's go on to that transfer plan. So my transfer plan for this week is probably to roll a transfer, however, there might be a more exciting rotation, and that might be Bruno Fernandes out. So I mentioned this Liverpool away, that's a tough game, however, next week Southampton at home. Is it worth keeping Bruno just for that fixture? After that, Brighton, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Spurs, not the worst fixtures, but could it be worth taking him out this game week? Now the player on my mind is going to be Anthony Gordon from Newcastle. He comes in cheaper, which is a big element. Now if you guys have watched my deadline streams, you'll know next week potentially doing Semenyo to Sarr, but doing Bruno to Gordon allows me to go for Eze instead. Now, is there a big difference between Eze and Sa? Probably not. Eze just scored in game week 19 though. Now with Gordon, obviously Spurs this week, Wolves, Bournemouth, Southampton, good fixtures on the cards. So as long as Bruno blanks against Liverpool, I think that Gordon can outscore him over the next 2 weeks. So even though Bruno has Southampton, Gordon has some good fixtures as well. And let's face it, Newcastle are attacking better than United at the moment. This was just a move on my mind, and as mentioned, allows me to do some better future moves if you consider Eze to be better than Sa. I'm still pretty tempted to roll the transfer, but also to potentially do this move. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, or if you would go for a different midfielder. While you're at it, also let me know if you have any dilemmas, or join my Discord server, a little bit more active over there, link in the description. Otherwise, hopefully see you guys in the deadline stream coming up 1 hour before the deadline, and that's going to be on Saturday afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you guys are around the world. But this is basically going to wrap up the video, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Please don't forget to like if you didn't subscribe if you have subscribed yet. Content's thought to come with the deadline stream. Hopefully I see you guys there. But for the time being, I'm signing off. It's been Dayvy FPL, and I'm out. Cheers, bye.